just think the world was wonderful.
Don't tell me bad news. This is ostrich in the sand, ignorance is bliss. The whole. How old was she, if you don't mind me asking?
She was 13, 14 years old.
I mean, are you allowed to say things like, I'm sure she'll grow out of it these days, or not?
Yeah, I'm sure she will, but the problem is that if you, as I said,
Careful.
we used to actively teach students to question things that, like the internet, we would question them to not accept stuff that was on the internet. We would teach them how to recognise language and colour and things like that, and that all got cut out of the education curriculum by the new curriculum that came in, and so a lot of that sort of the checks and balances used to sort of come in automatically aren't there anymore, and you know,
I'll take your word for it. I mean, it's depressing enough, isn't it, without thinking that it was in some sense deliberate. Cummings, wherever he is, with you describe, but then you're in the classroom witnessing what you consider to be the consequences of what they did, and you know, the denigration of teachers. It's so odd, isn't it? And to be fair, I don't think these people realise what they're doing. I know there's often a tension between conspiracy or cock-up, but I think if you don't look beyond the end of your nose, if I did this job, for example, solely to rile you up, to get you cross about something, you know, then I probably wouldn't notice that getting you cross about teachers is probably the reason why your kids don't respect their teachers and are doing so badly at school. It's as if, you know, look, well, that was Monday's show. Talking on Friday's show about how sad it is that white working class kids are doing so badly at school. It was on Monday's show that we were slagging off their teachers around these terms. I honestly don't believe people make the link between the two phenomena, because if you never stop to think about stuff, you never work stuff out. And that is part of the problem that we're discussing today as well. That this denigration of knowledge and education, if you see people riding high without having any knowledge or obvious education, people almost boasting about how little education they've had, your Farages, I suppose, or people who are demonstrably as thick as mince, doing really well in life. I'm not going to mention any names, but basically pick a cabinet minister, and Donald Trump, then why would you respect knowledge? If you can become president of the United States of America without really having a clear line on what day it is, and end up publicly endorsing the ingestion of disinfectant as a cure for a virus, and not just the lies are different because clever people lie, but the absolute ignorance. Why the hell would you pay attention to knowledge and fact-based evidence if you can become president of the United States of America by denying reality? Whether that begins in the classrooms of Ilminster, I do not know, but they seem to be at least of a piece. He's in Newbury. Tony, what do you think's happening?
Hello. So you asked why we are unsure about taking vaccines, and I want to tell you why.
No, I didn't. I asked why we've lost respect for the people who really know what they're talking.
The reason I have lost respect is that you test the drugs and we don't know the risk of the serious side effects that happen in a very small number of patients. So just say, for example... But
we do. She's directly in this morning's press conference.
No, because we haven't tested the drug in enough patients to find that the...
Sorry, says who?
The rare. Because the drug's only been tested...
No, but says who? Who says it hasn't been sufficiently tested?
I'm saying it has...
No, I know you are, but who? I mean, because here are the relevant experts and authorities.
Well,
who are you putting up against them apart from yourself?
I'm saying that if there's a side effect, say...
No, I know what you're saying, Tony. I'm just wondering what authority you're appealing.
Come on, Tony, get a grip.
Because we appeal, if you like, to the scientists who've done the work, have done the research, and then we appeal to the regulatory body that's cleared it, and they show us all their workings and explanations, and you say, you don't say I know better, I'm sure, but you say they know better, I'm going to trust them instead. Who are you pointing at when you say that?
I'm pointing at the scientists. I'm saying
which ones?
They're not the scientists of Pfizer who've done the clinical
No, because they say they've showed us their working, and they're the authority to which we appeal. Who are you citing in support of your scepticism?
I'm citing the number of rare side effects in all medicines.
Yeah, so who are the scientific experts that you are speaking in support of?
All medicines have rare side effects, and you don't see them in clinical trials because they're very rare.
I'm going to ask you again and again and again until you answer the question. Or you could just run me through your own qualifications.
Well, I've worked in clinical trials for a long period of time,
Yes.
and I know that some...
So then you'll know the names of the people who support the thesis that you're sharing with my listeners at the moment.
No, I'm saying... What I'm saying is that there are rare side effects that you
Yes, there
see
are
very
rare side
rarely.
effects that you only discover if you do things differently from how they've currently been done. The people who have done it, they say you're wrong. Who do you cite in support of the idea that you're right?
So imagine that there's a side
No,
effect...
everyone's waiting for some names, Tony.
Well,
So that we can look it up, so that we can do our own,
just common sense.
Well, as a general rule, when people on this program say it's just common sense, it proves to be the opposite. So just run me through the names, or say you haven't got any. So one or the
I
other.
haven't got names.
Right.
But I want to
Institutions?
tell you my thinking.
Institutions?
I want to tell you my thinking.
You can do that
If
after
there's
you've
a
named
side
the institutions or the publications that we can look to for an explanation of what you're telling us.
We can look at the instance of side effects in any medicine. Any medicine you get on prescription has a list of side effects.
Yes, but you
Now,
are
if
just
the side
repeating
effect-
yourself now. I want to know the authority to which you are appealing, because it can't just be Tony in Newbury, can it?
If there's a
It's just Tony in Newbury, isn't it?
if there's a fatal allergic reaction that happens in 1 in 10,000 patients.
It's been tested, I think, on 43,000 people, this particular vaccine.
So say it's 1 in 50,000 people get a serious side effect. In the clinical trials, in the people that have had the vaccine so far, we may not have seen.
There we go. Final time. To who you appeal when you make this point? Is it just you? Or is there a recognised authority or an expert narrative that contradicts what we're being told today? Because I would love to find out more, unless it's just you.
It's a probability.
It's just you, isn't it?
It's a probability.
It's just you,
of
Tony.
serious side effects.
Okay, final chance. Academics, experts, institutions, publications, or qualifications. Over to Tony.
All publications show that rare side effects happen only rarely.
Thank you, mate. And that's the problem, you see. Tony's going to go away absolutely convinced that he understands all of this better than the people who've actually created it. And the argument will be they've rushed it through, they're all making money, they're in the pocket of Big Pharma, which is why you simply appeal to source. You don't go to Auntie Doris's Facebook page. You simply say, I don't know
I
enough.
like
At the
Auntie
moment,
Doris.
my trust leans towards the people who've spent their entire lives working in this field and towards the authorities that have been regulating medicines for all of their working life. Tony, however, doesn't. And when you ask him what he does instead, well, you heard what happens.
The fight against coronavirus. For the very latest, stay with LBC.
Meet Andrew, a patient at the Darwood and Tanner dental practice.
I chose to go to Darwood and Tanner because I knew that I needed extensive dental treatment, and not being a big fan of the dentist, I only wanted this to be done once.
And the result?
For me, the treatment has been life-changing. I've got a smile that I can be extremely proud of. It's just been a really, really good experience for me.
Darwood and Tanner, helping to protect, repair and improve your smile. Visit darwoodandtanner.co.uk.
Even when we're at our most aware, it can be difficult to avoid the bacteria and viruses we may encounter during the day, be it the handle of the trolley or the buttons on the ATM. But by using Dettol hand sanitizer, you can kill 99.9% of bacteria and cold and flu viruses, including coronavirus, helping reduce the spread to your home and your family this winter. Help stop the spread with Dettol. Coronavirus SARS-CoV-2. Use disinfectant safely. Always read the label and product information before use.
Somewhere there's a story of a missing Christmas letter. Not here though, because Lidl's award-winning drinks are better. With the world's best Cremant de Loire brew for $8.49 and hottest gins and liqueurs from just $9.99. Lidl. Big on the Christmas, you can believe it. Subject to availability, selected stores, excludes an eye.
Altior hitting 19 on the trot.
Altior wins another champion chase.
Tiger Roll dominating the National.
It's back-to-back Nationals for the first in Trevor.
Nothing gets the heart beating like horse racing. And at Sky Bet, we make it even better with daily price boosts, extra place races, money back as cash, and free bets with no expiry date. And it's easy to join too. So why not make Sky Bet the home of your horse racing? That's better. Offer terms and match refunds apply. Free bet stakes are not returned. Eligibility restrictions and further T&Cs apply. 18 plus for gambling website.
The first time my housemates see it, they're like... We all get in, seatbelts on. Flick that switch to turn on the motor. And we're off. I say, connect me, and the bass goes... And everyone's loving it when we hit the road. Back home from another mini electric journey, we're like... Search Mini Electric and don't just drive it, feel it.
As long as you're not driving, close your eyes, clear your mind, and try to visualize nothing. Yeah, that's it. Absolutely nothing. Which is exactly what you'll pay for BT broadband this Black Friday. Thinking about nothing feels pretty good when that's what you pay for superfast fiber. Why pay for broadband this Black Friday? Get 3 months free, then just $26.99 a month after that for 21 months. Visit bt.com today. Why wouldn't you? Offer ends 3rd of December, 24 months. New customers, 95% UK coverage. CPI plus 3.9% increase each March. From $34.99 from month 25. Terms apply.
This is the sound of business owners bossing their day with Sage.
Fish delivery, bossed. Invoices, sorted.
Clients work out, boss. Expenses smashed.
Tax return, done.
Take control of business with new financial tools from Sage. Boss it. Try for free at sage.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Leading Britain's conversation. LBC with James O'Brien.
11:18 is the time. The question is, why have we lost faith in intellectual authority? How can you end up thinking that your own contemplations can be more credible than the established scientific authorities? In this case, not the people that have made the vaccine. If you want to subscribe to skepticism about that, I would disagree with you. But the regulatory authority in the United Kingdom that has cleared it for use. You are accusing them of, at worst, fraud and at best incompetence if you think that this vaccine is in any way rushed or